Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, coming back after taking a couple of days off just to ground and recenter myself. And I was only actually going to come back for Monday. I was only going to start my videos again on Monday, but I had so many WhatsApp messages and so many inboxes and so many just people reaching out saying that they've missed it. They've missed my videos. They've missed hearing my voice. They've missed just that little message of hope, of inspiration, and letting everybody know that it's going to be okay. So I thought, you know what, Oracle Sunday has become quite a thing for me, and I have taken out my favorite Oracle decks, ones I've got laid out here. I have shuffled and drawn, and let's see what kind of message we get today. Message of hope, a message of guidance, and a message of inspiration. Before I start turning the cards over and reading the cards, I just want to get some incense going. I have got two of my favorite incense sticks here. These are Morning Star incense, and just to show you the ones that I'm working with today or that I'm burning, we have Morning Star frankincense, and the other one is Morning Star sandalwood. These are my absolute favorite incenses. I just feel that they are stickless, which means that we're not unnecessarily harming any trees, but they are amazing. They smell amazing. They just do the trick. They are just lovely. I absolutely love my Morning Star incense. Difficult to find in South Africa, I must be honest. Difficult to find in South Africa, but when I do find, I buy in bulk so that I have plenty to keep me going. And I'm just going to drop them into my incense holder. So if you do see smoke coming into the camera, I promise I'm not burning the place down. I do have my incense holder just off camera here so that we can all enjoy and appreciate and hopefully get some hearing done with the incense, and just to set the mood and just to help us center and align ourselves. Okay, so incense is set. So let me tell you about the cards that I have got on the table here with me today. This deck on this side here is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. I've chosen two from there. The two in the center here is Oracle of Mystical Moments by Katrine Weltstein. Beautiful, beautiful deck. And then you may recognize this one because I have used it so many times. This is really one of my favorites, Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. So I've chosen two cards from each. I shuffled and drew. I also have off camera here daily healing cards, which I will shuffle and draw one at the end um, as we need to. So just as I finish off, just want to make sure I don't forget about them. All right, so let's turn the cards over and see what is the message that Spirit have for us today. For today being Sunday, the 18th of July, 2021. And we're going to start on the left-hand side and move to the right-hand side. So we're starting with the Angels and Ancestors, and we're going to start at the back. The first card we have from Angels and Ancestors is the Star Ancestor, telling you to follow the voice of your soul. And so whether you do or you don't know about what has happened in my area over the last week, it has been devastating. It has been horrific. There are no words, and I don't really want to spend too much time talking about it because it's done, it's happened, and we are recovering and we are rebuilding and we are okay. So follow the voice of your soul, and I think that's exactly what my neighbors have done this week. The people in KZN, the people in my neighborhood who have experienced the tragedy. Let's not go into it, but everybody's rallied together. There's been such a sense of community. There's been such a sense of coming together and listen and following the voice of your soul. We haven't been defeated. We haven't given up. We've actually, it has made us stronger. It has brought us together as a community. It's brought us together as a people, and we're now all standing and speaking of the same voice, and we're speaking from the same place. And I want to say that there's definitely a sense of camaraderie. And when we look up at the cosmos, when we connect with cosmos, when we take ourselves away from earth-centered and we start looking up at the ancestors, looking up at the stars, and following the voice of our soul. What is our soul? Our soul's voice is the voice of love. Our soul only knows one language. Our soul only knows one thing. Our soul only knows one voice, and that is the voice of love. And I think this is what we've done this week, is we have come together and we have loved each other unconditionally. Communities have stood by each other and supported each other and helped each other, and that is exactly what is important and significant right now. The second card from the Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. Oh, of course, look at that. We've got the Heart Guardian. I love it. And love and let yourself be loved. And again, I do think such an appropriate, relevant message for today, for Sunday, because with the follow the voice of your soul, and with your soul's voice and your soul's language being the language of love, we always think of self-love. We always think need to love ourselves more and do more for ourselves and protect ourselves and nurture ourselves. But heart guardian is saying love and let yourself be loved. So it's accepting help from the neighbors, accepting help from the people around you, connecting with your neighbors, connecting with your community, connecting with the people of your soul. Okay, connecting with the people of your soul and letting everybody come together and work together from a place of love. And it has been just absolutely amazing to see communities coming together. I have had messages from people as far as Canada are reaching out to me and saying, "Are you okay? Do you have what you need for your families?" I've had, people from around the world actually reaching out and saying, "What can we do? How can we help?" So it is, and it's very humbling to actually just put yourself out there and say, "Yes, I need help. Yes, this is what we need." It really has been. So love and let yourself be loved. Such an appropriate, beautiful message. We're now going to go into Oracle of the Mystical Moments. And let's see what message we get here. So we get the observer. So here she is looking through a very old-fashioned camera, obviously. And what I'm loving about this particular card, so she's looking through the camera, she's observing. She's not doing anything. She's not active. She's not, she's not out there. She's just watching through the camera, waiting for that perfect moment, waiting for that perfect moment to click the take photo button. And what we've got coming off her hair here, so as she sits in her beautiful red, we've got quite the red and the blue theme happening here. But as she sits here, from her hair, we've got all these dandelions. I don't know if it's going to come through on camera, but there's all these dandelions sort of floating off. And dandelions, we know we grab them when we wish, when we want to make a wish, and when we want to be hopeful, and when we want to, allow ourselves to be loved and to receive unconditionally. So that's what she's doing. She's observing. She's just watching. She's looking, she's watching, and she's waiting for that perfect moment. She's waiting for that perfect opportunity to take that perfect photo. But in the meantime, she's just observing. She's not doing anything to create it. She's not setting the scene. She's just allowing things to unfold naturally. She's allowing things to happen in their own time, and she's just waiting for that perfect moment. And I think that is, again, so appropriate for what's going on in my world at the moment. Let's have a look and see the second card from Oracle of Mystical Moments. We have the protective nest. Of course we do. You know what I say, guys? I can't make this stuff up. So here we have, again, beautiful oranges and so forth. She is the nest. She's got the nest on top of her hair, on top of her head, and there's a couple of eggs, and there's a bird. But she's also got this huge big nest, this huge big egg that she's holding in her feathers, the feathers of her dress. And she is protecting. And again, I do think that's exactly what every single one of us has been through this week. It's about protecting your own nest, but your nest includes your neighbors, it includes your community, it includes your people, it includes whatever. So I am absolutely, absolutely loving this message for Oracle Sunday. And I do think it is completely, completely valid and appropriate. And one of the things that I want to say here, follow the voice of your soul, love and let yourself be loved, observing and being protective. It's definitely, with the pandemic that we've had over the last year and a half or whatever, everybody's isolated and everybody's become very closed off and closed, and not even closed minded, but everyone's been only focusing on your address and who lives at your address and who's with you. We I don't want to say we've neglected our community, but we've all been pushed away from our communities, haven't we? We haven't really been engaging. And again, the situation for this week has really forced us and helped us to realize, actually, we need to come together. We need to come together, and we need to commune, and we need to connect, and we need to be. I'm loving this, absolutely. We're now going to have a look at the message from Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn, and let's have a look and see what is the message we get. Okay, so immediately, sorry, I just realized I put it into the date. Immediately, what I see is this bright yellow sun dawning, the day starting, the sun coming up, and it talks about going forward. And this is exactly, we mustn't stay in the past. We mustn't be stuck in the history. We mustn't be stuck in yesterday. We need to recognize that every single day gives us a new opportunity to pick yourselves up, to dust yourselves off, and to start walking again, to start moving again, to start moving towards the light of unity, the light of acceptance, and the light of love. Okay, so going forward is definitely where our focus needs to shift as we go into the new week. as we go into Monday, as Monday comes, we need to understand that we cannot live in the past. We cannot stay in last week. Last week is done and dusted. What we're now doing is we're cleaning up, we're tidying up, and we're moving forward with honesty, with truth, with integrity. We're observing, we're being protective, but we are following the voice of our soul as well. Love and let yourself be loved, most importantly. But it is time to start moving forward again. And finally, well, not finally, because we still got daily healing, but from Sacred Destiny, we have got, well, fulfillment. So what we have here is we have this beautiful fruit, the fruit of love, the fruit of understanding, the fruit of compassion, the fruit of healing, the fruit of nourishment, the fruit of fulfillment, okay? And it is so big and it is so healthy and it is so juicy. And this is what we have to move. We have to move forward. We need to keep moving forward, going forward until we all reach our level of fulfillment, so until we all reach our level of understanding, acceptance, and most importantly, of love. I love that. So we mustn't get too stuck in being overly protective. Yes, we have to be protective, and yes, we have to protect our nest, protect our family, protect our people, protect our homes, protect all our stuff. But we also need to understand that there is evolution taking place. And I think this is the big message today, is the evolution that is taking place. And we are all part of this evolution. We all have a role to play in this evolution. And we are moving towards fulfillment and happiness. There is a lot that's going to be available to us. So, as much as we may have gone without in the last week, as much as there may not have been excess in the last week, excess of nourishment, excess of fulfillment, and excess of basic life things, but understanding that it's going to get better, it is definitely going to improve. So, I'm now going to shuffle and draw from the daily healing cards. These are really little cards and they just have messages on the back. So let's just shuffle. The reason why I chose this particular oracle deck is because it's the daily healing and we're all in need of healing right now, but also because it's got the tree of life on the card. So you can see each card has a different image or a different picture, and they all have the tree of life symbol on them. And tree of life is all about healing. It's all about understanding and compassion. And most importantly, the tree of life is all about love. So we're just going to shuffle them for a bit, and until I decide, or till Spirit tell me which one, and apparently it's going to be that one. Let's have a look. So oh, you see, let's look at that image. First of all, we've got all these lanterns, okay? All these little lanterns being set off and being, released into the sky. And we generally do that at festivals. We generally do that at times of celebration. But it could be sending your prayers out into the world. It could be sending your wishes and your dreams out into the world. And the message says, learn and grow from the wisdom of your feelings by allowing yourself to befriend rather than deny them. So let's read that again. Learn and grow from the wisdom of your feelings by allowing yourself to befriend rather than deny them. So befriend your feelings, don't deny them. And again, there have been so many feelings in this last week. There have been so many feelings, good and bad, in the last week. Actually, mostly bad feelings in the last week. We need to befriend them. We need to grow from them. We need to learn from the understanding. We need to follow the voice of our soul. We need to love and let ourselves be loved while we observe what's going on around us, but also what's going on within us, okay? Let's observe the inner as well as the outer realities. Let's be protective of ourselves, of our families, of our communities, of our land, of our country, of our people, of our world, okay? I'm really going big now into the whole global, the earth, Mother Gaia. Let's protect, let's nourish, let's take care of. But let's also move forward. Let's not get stuck in the past. Let's not get stuck in old habits and old processes and old systems. Let's move forward and let's move towards the light. Let's move towards fulfillment and nourishment, because that is what matters above all else. There is plenty, there is enough for everybody, but we just have to understand, learn and grow from the wisdom of your feelings by allowing yourself to befriend rather than deny your feelings. Friends, there's so much more I could say, but I feel like I've said enough. Enough for today, for Sunday afternoon. Wishing you all so much love and so many blessings. I hope you're all okay. I hope you're all well. And I hope that, like me, you are feeling a little bit more optimistic about the future, about where we're going to and what's coming up next, with an abundance of love and blessings from my heart to yours until we connect again.